two brothers. They live in small town apart, which was divided by a river. Little misunderstanding, which led to separation between both of them. They stopped speaking to each other. A carpenter came to the town, and the one who is not at fault told the carpenter that he needed a fence. Because when someone has offended you, one anytime you see the person, you feel angry, you feel bad. So he asked the carpenter to build a fence that would be so high that he wouldn't have to see his brother again. The carpenter nodded and said, okay. Instead of the carpenter to build the fence as instructed, he went ahead to build a bridge. So after building the bridge, the other brother, who was at fault, saw the bridge and was amazed and followed the bridge to meet his brother. His brother's mind also melted. The brother already said he don't want to see him again, if not for the carpenter that made the way and reconciled them. So the brother did not know what had happened. He doesn't know the brother's decision. He just saw the bridge and he assumed the brother was the one who made the bridge for them to meet again. After the brother met the carpenter, he was happy and he commended his efforts for making a bridge instead of a fence. So he asked him to stay by, not to go back, because they still have more work to give him to do. But the carpenter refused. He said he couldn't wait because he still have more bridge to make. Don't be rigid. There is something that you have known or you have been used to or you have been told, and you so much hold on to that thing that you feel like nothing can change it, nothing can affect it. This is what it is, and this is what it will be. It's okay in some aspects. Those who are led by the Spirit are the sons of God. God's next move for us may not be so convenient, and it takes someone who is flexible to yield. In today's lesson, we'll be taking two different passages of the Bible and we'll be relating them to each other. The first passage is Acts chapter 10, and the other passage is Romans chapter 14. So in Acts chapter 10, we all know the story of Cornelius and Peter in the Bible. Okay, Cornelius is a Gentile, so he does what is right, he does what is good, he gives gifts to people, and he shows love and he prays. So as usual, he was praying one day, and the angel of the Lord ministered to him that his prayers and gifts has been accepted by God. So, and we know how Jews and Gentiles relate. Some people see themselves as holy or righteous, while the other are not. So it is in this current world. A lot of people believe that they are the one who is pleasing God, while the other are against God. It is God that knows who is really righteous, because there's a passage of the Bible that says, "Do not judge." The only person who is allowed to judge is the Lord our God. So he's the great judge. Peter's revelation and his response. Peter is a righteous person, he's a disciple. He was hungry and he's preparing something to eat, and he fell asleep while he was waiting for the food to get ready. It was a revelation of some things coming down, and he was instructed to kill and eat. So he said, "No, Lord." Peter's response there was very funny to me. "No, Lord." So it is the Lord that was telling you what to do, and you still said no. Every human can do that. Known something for a long time that this thing is not good and this thing is not holy. Do this. At first, you'll be like, no. Before you now relate that, I think it's the Spirit of the Lord that is telling me this thing. According to the version of the Bible I read, no, Lord. In my mind, I was like, it was the Lord, and you still said no. Although he yielded, because the instruction came over and over again 3 times. That scenario was just like an introduction of what God is about to do with him, or what the Lord wants him to do next. Jews doesn't mingle with the Gentiles. They see the Gentiles as the unholy people. So, but Jesus, the Holy Spirit was leading Peter, one of the people they have tagged to be unholy. Other passage of the Bible that we are considering is Romans chapter 14, where Paul was teaching. A lot of people assume that some things are not good to be eaten, some things are not acceptable to be done. Paul was also saying that we should not judge anybody that has a belief that this thing is not right or this thing should not be done. You allow them be. Don't corrupt people's mindset. Let everyone work by their own conviction. There are some things that we have limited ourselves to, or we have, even in our mindset, we have limited God. We've assumed that this is what God can do, this is what God cannot do. Our God is all doing, is omnipotent. In that revelation Peter had, it has made him know that God extends his love and acceptance beyond customs. This is what I have believed to be right. This is what I've been taught to be good. So if God is intentional about someone else that has been tagged to be bad or notorious, there's a way God can use what could not be imagined to draw that person closer or to save that person's soul. The Jews, they believe that salvation is meant for them alone, but salvation is meant for all. Jesus Christ has come for everyone. There's even a passage of the Bible that Jesus was saying that those who are not sick need doctors. No. So remember in my introductory story, I was able to tell how that carpenter was able to build a bridge. So as a child of God, as a believer, most you were meant to be a bridge builder. So in a space where you are supposed to build bridge, I hope you're not building a fence. You're not building a wall of limitation instead of creating a way. You've closed your mind. You've been rigid by what you're being taught or what you've known to be right, or you've known that this thing is right. You're not wrong, but sometimes what you have thought to be right may be changed for some things to happen. So, but if you have closed your mind, you've been rigid that this is it. Even when God is speaking, you tend to know more than God. You tend to know more than what Holy Spirit has instructed you to do. I told you that I was amazed about Peter's response. They say, "No, Lord." A lot of people tend to know more than God. You even be telling God, "I know this is it, this is that." As a child of God, you have to open-minded to hear what God is saying. Sessions ago, I said, be updated. What you have known before now may not be what God is saying now. When God says that this is it, stay updated. See, ask, is this still it? Do you still want another thing? Is there another way? Okay, this has been the way that leads to a particular place. There may be another way, and you will not know because you have hold on to what you have known before, and you feel like that is all. You keep learning, you keep inquiring, you keep asking God part time. Some people may want to go against you, some people may want to criticize you for doing what you are instructed to do because they are not the one that received the instruction. You are the owner of the revelation and you are the one God spoke to. When you are sure that this is what God is saying, don't hold back, don't stay back, don't be rigid, don't allow what you have known before to control your now.